Hey everybody, Real Estate Ninja here. Hope you're doing great. Got a great story. As a matter of fact, I got tons of stories. We're gonna run over some headlines. It is happening right now. It has begun. Foreclosures are taking off. We have seen month-to-month increases in May shoot up. We have seen forbearances end. We are seeing moratoriums on rent stopping right now all across the country. It is crazy that for 2 years, maybe even a little bit longer than that, we've seen a period of time where so many people did not have to pay. And the truth is, it's hard to believe in a time where real estate prices were screaming higher that people were literally squatters in their own homes. They were not paying and they still are not paying, and now they are being kicked out. The banks are getting aggressive, especially on the backside of a banking crash that was just one side of the storm. You guys know the other side is coming, and we are seeing this happening. So it is time to prepare now. Now, with that being said, I have just released, today is the day, this is the lowest price it'll ever be, the Real Estate Foreclosure Pro class. I have brought in not only a partner with Dan from I Allegedly, the YouTube channel, but also one of his friends, the owner of one of the largest privately held foreclosure companies in the country. He not only owns the company and has been doing it for over 40 years, he has seen literally every scenario. He gets paid by the big banks to go in and bid on their foreclosures. You've heard me right. We are going to expose a lot of stuff. We've already fired up 13 videos. There are 2 live right now. This is the pre-filming discount. So if you want to take a look at it, I'll put a link below. Now, here we go. Here are the headlines. Think about this. We're talking about commercial real estate crash that's bigger than we've ever seen since the Great Depression. It's happening right now. It's been going on actually in earnest since 2019, but now it is finally happening. These dead assets are on so many companies' books that the pandemic made worse, all right? So it is imploding. It is now flowing into the real estate market, the residential market. Check out these headlines. Nightingale faces foreclosure on Whale building in Brooklyn. Why Times Square has so many high-profile restaurant closings and foreclosures. Deed theft victims get foreclosure protections in New York. Landscaper cleans up at a Townstead foreclosure. And check this one out. Home foreclosures are rising nationwide with Florida, California, and Texas in the lead. And then here we go. U.S. foreclosure activity sees a spike in May. This one was really interesting though. Zombie mortgages could force homeowners into foreclosure. We're gonna be talking more about that in the coming weeks, but this is the story I wanted to jump on right now. More Americans are losing their homes as foreclosures in the U.S. properties rise. This is happening right now. Now, I did the real estate crash course in December to get people prepared, to start to prepare their finances, how to identify real estate cycles so that you know when to dive in, but when to jump out. And so I wanted that ahead of time before we brought in the foreclosure mix, because it's so vital that you prepare your home finances, you see where we are in the real estate cycle, and it gives you a lot of confidence to be patient and wait. Now, a real estate cycle takes a long time. It's literally more than a 4 to 5 year from peak to trough action. So you do have time, but right now the foreclosures are starting. I am extremely excited about it. I am going to be funding a new corporation in or an LLC, depending on how we want to set it up in the US. Next month, I will be funding it, and then I will be going to the auction myself and videotaping it for the course. I'm gonna be putting my money where my mouth is. But again, not if I can't get the right deal. So you're gonna follow me and you're going to be able to get to see what I'm doing in real time, okay? All right, let's see here. The story says here, U.S. foreclosure filings jumped 22% in the first quarter compared to the same period a year ago, according to a report from real estate data analytics firm Atom. While still below pre-pandemic levels, foreclosure activity has increased on an annual basis for 23 straight months. And when you see our insider, Doug, the owner of the auction company, he has been saying that things are picking up, and this feels so much like 2008, but it's different this time. It says here in Washington, foreclosures increased 16.43% compared with the same period last year. However, foreclosures were down 4.5% from the last 3 months of 2022, according to data from Atom. Homeowners in Idaho fared much worse. Foreclosures in the Gem State jumped 69% over last year, and they have climbed 15.8% higher than the last quarter of 2022. That is absolutely staggering. Yes, we are not at pre-pandemic levels, but remember, I've told you this before and I'll say it again. We were actually moving into a deep recession in 2018 and 2019. The banking system was falling apart. The government and the Federal Reserve needed something desperately to boost the economy, to blow that bubble up. And they did it. And now they blew it up so big, it is about to pop, literally like the crash of 1929. That is where we're at. That is what we are preparing for. Now it says here, the national uptrend reflects higher jobless rates, ongoing economic challenges, and backlogged foreclosures working through the pipeline after the lifting of government interventions to help struggling homeowners during the pandemic. Let me stop right there and say this. Remember this, the Federal Reserve, right now we have jobless rates going up. Real wages are not keeping up with inflation for the last 2 years. That is a fact, which means more and more homeowners are struggling to make their payments, okay? This is going to get worse. Why? The Federal Reserve and Jerome Powell has directly told you that he is going to continue to raise rates. I have been saying that for the last year and a half. The Federal Reserve has to get rates high enough to where two things happen. It curbs inflation, especially energy and food, but also it gives countries an incentive to hold on to dollars so that they get a rate of return. That is so vitally important. You do not understand. Most people do not have an idea of how serious this is. That means, not only that, the Federal Reserve has also said we need unemployment higher. They need to break the back of the common man and woman, the worker of America, the middle class. And that's what I am trying to save right now. Because if we lose the middle class, they are going to rule over us. So it is very vital that we get into a position to build wealth, to grow wealth. And that has to do with real estate, okay? It says here, however, with many homeowners still having significant home equity, that may help keeping increased levels of foreclosure activity at bay. That is absolutely not true. And I will tell you this, as a real estate agent and as an investor, I have seen so many homeowners that are in complete denial. They have equity, but that equity is dropping fast. We have already seen places like Las Vegas drop 15%. Austin dropped 12%, San Francisco 30-something%. And every month that goes by, more homes are hitting the market, more news stories are hitting the press wire. People are in total denial. They're holding on to their home. They're saying, no, the bank's gonna work with us. They're gonna work with us. No, they're not. If you do not pay your payments, they are coming to get your home, especially quicker if they believe there is equity in that home, because they're going to try and take that asset that you had on collateral with them because you weren't paying them, and they have got to race to the foreclosure auction to try and sell it for an inkling of a profit so that they don't lose money. There is so much happening here, and there are so many people that are in complete denial of what's going on that people need to absolutely wake up. And that is why I believe today is the day to prepare. This is the day to prepare your finances, to get that all set up and ready to go. Because when this opportunity comes, you do not want to be left sitting on the sidelines watching other people make money, all right? I've got the real estate crash course, but now it's time for the Real Estate Foreclosure Pro course. It's the pre-filming discount, $199. It's the lowest we're ever going to sell it for, ever. I'll put the link below. Guys, I hope you got something out of this. The Real Estate Ninja is out.